Welcome back to the Sepsis Show. I'm super excited. I got my homeboy and brother Josh here from Speed Demon, another esteemed and returning Swarmiefest sponsor. I appreciate you taking out your time today. I know you're recording new music for Dead Man's Trigger, right?
Yep.
Today? All right, perfect. I know you guys got the studio and everything, and
Yeah.
you record other bands and different things going there. You got so much going on. I just wanted to take out some time today and link up with as many people as I could from Swarmy Fest and the people that I've worked with in the past. Sepsis has worked with on organizing and building events. We're both from bands.
Oh yeah.
We're not traditional event promoters. So I thought you'd be a perfect fit for this
Yeah,
broadcast because you're
absolutely.
involved with Swarmy Fest and you're in a band.
Yep. I feel like I've got my irons in a whole bunch of fires at once all the time.
Yes. I watched your some people may not know this, but I was originally a fan of your band. And then later on in life, I got to become a guest on your podcast. You also have a podcast like we do.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
At least once or twice a month I get new all the new stuff is on YouTube, but we've also got archived episodes that are only audio on bulldoguncensored.com.
You
So
do realize this is how I keep tabs on you because I know
yep.
how busy you are. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, hold on.
Oh, you get stalked.
Yeah, that's how we keep an eye on you because we're like, holy shit. Like, wait, he's recording today. He has a podcast today. He's probably at band practice. He's running two shows. Like, you are on fire.
Hey man, I owe a lot to my crew and live shows wouldn't get done without them.
Yo,
Obviously, I'm not the one lifting all the manual labor shit, but that's what helps make the wheel go around.
a lot of people say that really confidently in a Facebook post,
Yeah,
but you really do. You
yeah,
guys really do that. And when you kicked off Speed Demon, and we were just having casual talk about it,
yeah,
um, you were having that conversation, and so were other, maybe 10 or 20 other guys. And you're one of the only guys that not only meant what they said, but said what they meant. And I can see you f physically doing the real world, the kinetic physical world work, the observable physical work. You've taken that off of Facebook, you've taken that off of your podcast, and you do that in person. I
yeah.
think that's a big difference.
I appreciate that.
Definitely.
So it's noticeable because we see it. It's observable.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you've got any type of brand, band, or what have you,
Yes.
you don't have a face with it. It don't matter.
Yeah. Man, that's real. I think that's why sepsis has many faces.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna jump into some questions because
yeah, go
it's
for it.
fun. But you got some shows coming up and some different things with Dead Man's Trigger, and I promise that we'll save a little bit of time to talk about that too. I
Yeah,
have Legion of Solace coming on today. I have Danae's Creations. I have so many of the other folks that are joining Swarmy Fest that are coming on, but you just have a ton of stuff going on, and I don't want to miss none of it. I really don't.
right on, man.
Um,
Appreciate it.
so so for Speed Demon though, um,
Yeah,
who is it? What do you guys do? I want everybody to know because I know, and I've told people,
yeah.
and they believe me. But I want, but what do you guys do? What's it all about?
Well, I mean, to break it down to brass tacks, my lovely wife is the financier of most of what we do.
The
She's
part
not
that nobody wants to ever talk about: banking,
exactly.
accounting. Oh my God.
Yeah, it sucks when you're on a fixed income, but I'm not doing this to make money. I'm doing it to keep things going. But it does take money to keep the machine rolling, as anybody would expect. So, like I said, she handles most of the financial stuff on the legality into things, but for the most part, it's myself and I have two VPs. Jim Curran is our local guy, and then my best friend Keith Dombrowski is also my second in command on that end. He's actually one of our A&R guys, and he lives down in the Nashville, Kentucky area. So we do a lot of networking down south right now, to try to spread things out
And
a little
you
bit.
guys
And
don't just put you guys don't just push your own shows. I've
no,
seen you guys showing up physically at other people's shows. I've
yeah,
seen you guys doing work and stagehand work in other states, and I turn around, I see you guys, and I see your staff everywhere, contributing on and off stage, promoting other promoters' shows.
yeah,
That's new. That's
yeah.
that's
I mean, like you and I had talked about 6 or 8 months ago.
yes,
You know, things aren't going to change unless we start redoing and reinventing the wheel. From this point,
inventors, man. This guy's
yeah,
the
you
only guy
have
in
to
a band that
be.
I've ever heard talk about legalities and accounting in the same
Yeah,
paragraph. It's
And
just
then inventing a new way of doing
right, and then
things.
being an inventor, an originator, and that's all taking risks. Banking, accounting, resume building,
yep,
And a lot of thinking and writing down and
keeping tracks of
book
things, communicating.
managing it all,
Oh my
organizing
God.
it.
yeah. I mean, I
The
don't know
no,
how I
Josh.
sleep at night.
All the have you
Plus, you gotta talk to everybody, get
Yep,
them all on the phone, get them all to
yep,
show up.
anybody that wants to get involved with heavy metal should listen to this though. Really, I really,
absolutely.
and I don't mean that to scare the shit out of people. I think that what doesn't get talked about is that, and everyone's going to be like, "Fuck you, Will." That accounting can be fun though.
I mean, it's a necessary evil. It's one of those
Right,
things
like
that
marketing. I know we
you're
as
only going
bands,
to
we're
get
like, we don't
so
want to
far if
market.
you. Yeah,
We don't
exactly.
want to do social media. It's no fucking fun. But I think that you have to like or find a way to like doing some of that.
Well, it's a means to an end. If you have a direction that you want to go in life and you don't put gas in the tank, it ain't going to do shit. It's really that simple, as far as I'm
That is the
concerned.
realest that I've ever heard in my life.
Like
Oh, I
you
love
got to
that.
be able to
That
put.
was so refreshing.
No, it is refreshing.
Yeah, that's
No,
what you
well,
get
it's
with the
not.
To hear
bulldog, man.
people talk like that is just so
No, and
refreshing.
I think a lot of times it gets missed in translation. Like it's not
Hmm.
people pleasing or maybe it's
Oh,
mean or no, it's a little stern, but there's a silver lining I think too. I think that when you do the work, you can outline and define in clear sentences what success can look like.
and I credit those that have educated me over the years. And anybody that I've learned anything from. I don't talk as though I just came up with it myself.
I love that. I'm always telling
That's a
people
big
I
thing.
don't have
Yeah.
any ideas. I have no good ideas. So if like when people think my ideas are good, I'm like, oh no. That's Alan Watt. Oh, that's a great saying. No. That's Napoleon Hill. Oh, that's a great saying. No. That's Dimebag Darrell. It's like you just you collect father figures and brothers
Well,
and
yeah.
mothers and everything really comes down to your trusted sources, right?
Oh, definitely. And, I think most people don't admit to this, but I've learned more from people that fuck up
Hmm.
than I do
Wow.
somebody that
Holy
knows their
shit.
shit.
Damn. Wow.
Like
How did you?
That's
I
deep.
will admit, like I've learned from the best and I've learned from the worst.
Yep. Damn.
Because there's a lesson to be learned in everything.
He-
Right.
it sounds like I know. I mean, you can stop me anytime. It sounds like you're grateful for what you have too.
Well, I mean, if I could sum my personality up in a short blurb, I'm all gas, no brakes, no bullshit. That's literally it.
Yeah, I love that. I
Like,
love authentic people.
Yeah.
Tell me, I got thick skin, man. Tell me how it is.
yeah.
I really give me some. Bad news sometimes is the news.
Well, I mean, even being married going on 5 years now, like she knows that she ain't gonna get nothing sugarcoated out of me.
Hmm.
Gonna be a hard truth all the time because that's how I've lived,
Hmm.
and that's how people grow.
Mm. Wow. I would
No bullshit.
definitely, I'm going to steal that for a reel. I hope you know that.
Oh,
That's
dude.
so good. Uh, I the next thing I wanted just to ask you is like, because like we got started supporting bands,
Yeah,
um, but that's because we saw that solidarity on social media was just being used as a marketing slogan. So
yeah,
like we were just like all the other bands, and we didn't know how important community was or supporting other people until we learned about it.
right.
So when people are like, how'd you guys get started into activism or podcasting? Or it's through our experience and what we've gone through and with record labels and,
Yeah.
of course, state prison and raising kids and through,
Yeah, see, that's the
our,
thing. I think you guys sometimes get a lot of heat for your authenticity
yes,
because nobody knows how to relate to that.
you know what?
So they
I
make
never thought of that.
judgments based on preconceived notions.
Hmm.
And dude, like your brand, you as a man, like, you know, it's hard to find people on the level. And I feel like that's why we've worked so well together over the last couple of years.
Yo, I agree. You know
You
what? It's hard.
know, you might
I,
have different political beliefs and shit like that, but like ultimately it's about what's doing the right thing, regardless.
mhm. I think most decent, and I say that with transparency, I think most people that are installed with decency, I think a lot of people are inspired to be motivated over the same things. I do. Even when we get it wrong, I think intentionally, I think most of us hope to be safe, kind people,
Yep.
you know?
And I
Um,
think more people need to sit back and realize that a little bit more instead of everything is contention nowadays.
yes. Yes, I agree. And you know, a lot of times, Josh, I think it's tough for bands and public figures because people can only view us in a 15-second clip
Right.
or an hour in the club. The music's blasting for how much, it's really hard to get to know somebody
Oh
and
yeah.
the weight of the world. We have to be protective over our personal and private value because everything on the internet feels so accessible. It feels like that we know each other. It feels like that we're all angry. It feels like we think, but the issue is that feeling leads to an emotional value that doesn't include rational thought. And then
Yeah. You
there
have
goes
to have
out there goes the decency again. So
right.
once we don't if some people once you reach a level of emotion, it's just our species. It's not like me or you or
Oh
anybody's a
yeah, no,
bad
it's
no one's a
definitely
bad guy
human
or
nature.
right, it's not Red Sox and Yankees. It's just that our species, once we reach an emotional level, we tend to throw out rational thinking. And we forget a lot of times that we are not our thoughts. We
Right.
we are the thinker of our thoughts.
Hmm.
So sometimes we wake up in the morning, we think the sky's falling, and we forget, holy shit, I'm the thinker of this thought, and my thoughts are not reality.
And people are more in control of reality than they think.
Oh man, and let's face it, we have a lot of nonsense and very difficult information to process moment to moment and instantly. So
Yeah.
people might digest this conversation, in a 5-minute clip. And if I
Yeah.
say something that is boring, they're going to disengage,
Yeah.
and then they're going to tell their friends that they know me,
Exactly.
or or we read a few paragraphs about our favorite rock and roll artists, or we skim through the pages of the Quran or the Bible and we think we know everything about religion or
Yeah.
so I really appreciate your kindness and I appreciate your compliment as far as you having transparency for me and patience to get to know me as a person. I appreciate that, bro.
I mean, I think, like you said, there's a lot of
I don't
assumptions
want
out
people to
there with
think
a lot
like
of
me.
people.
I think that's
Right.
the other
Right.
thing. Like I think a lot of groups and people and systems, I think they depend on having a competition where you're trying to convert people into your belief systems. I think the really annoying thing about me is I don't want to convert people into thinking the way that I think. The
Right.
things that I think are the things that I think because I'm aware that I'm the thinker of the thoughts. And the things that I'm thinking don't require what other people think about me to think them.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was crazy. But I know
No,
you know what's up though.
no, no, no. I'm on the level, bro. I get it. I
I don't
totally.
own any of this shit. I'm not. I don't believe I'm
Right.
anybody special.
Right. Right.
But but people that are interested or driven to be intellectual aren't really celebrated. We don't love smart people.
No.
You know,
At least
I'm
not
always
the
looking for
average
people
man,
smarter
anyway.
than me. I you know
Yeah.
for real.
Right.
I'm always
Yeah.
searching for people that can help me with knowledge, wisdom, with the respect of understanding, decency, and humanity. And that may mean I'm wrong. That may
Right.
mean I have to challenge my own beliefs.
Yeah. I
But you
mean,
said something about that earlier
yeah.
about when you do challenge what you think, there's an opportunity for growth.
Right.
I don't mind people that don't like me. I just want people to know that I don't want people to think like me. And that might be disappointing.
Right.
You know, I got a couple more for you.
Yeah. Sure.
Got all day. No. How did you so how did I wanted to say how did you get started? Through being in the band? Is that how you got into podcasting? Is that how you got
Yeah.
into
The podcasting thing came much later. I started out in bands.
but why did you do the podcasting though? Why? Is it
Well,
because you were in a band?
I at the time I was kind of on a bit of a hiatus musically. Like things weren't gelling for me to keep going the way I was,
Okay.
and
Yep.
had a lot of downtime, and I really felt disconnected from people,
Yes.
and especially the scene that got me as far as it has today,
Hmm.
and vice versa. Like I felt like I was missing my purpose,
Okay.
and I felt like, yeah, I've got a good network of people, and you know, I don't want to say celebrities, but like I've got a handful of connections that
Man, you guys are
people are
important
interested
people.
in. Yeah.
And no, no, for real. This is something that my friends and my successful friends, I am begging you guys to do. I know we are humble people. I know that nobody wants to say I'm a celebrity and stuff. This it can be kind of like an unattractive thing
Oh yeah.
because the way that terrible fans treat celebrities, but great fans, people, we've gotten into a habit of punching down on people that are smart, that are talented, or that
Right.
have achieved things. And I know nobody wants to use that word, and there's other English out there, but you guys are the celebrities of New England. I hate to tell you, you guys are the bands of the time. I
Right. I
nobody
mean,
wants to assume this. And like if I retire someday, if there's one thing I could get through to all of you guys are it. There aren't you guys are the modern bands of your time. You
right.
guys are the modern public figures and podcasters and celebrities and Melissa says this a lot on stage. You guys are not only that, you are the last. You are the final kind of kinds. This is the final era of truly human generated live music.
Yeah.
We are the final 100 years, if that, of people that are ever going to even talk about it.
Yeah.
This is it. So when people are like, oh, I'm nobody special. No, you created a podcast during the pandemic when nobody wanted to talk about New England rock and roll.
Right.
People created podcasts to talk about themselves, Josh. You
Yeah.
created a podcast to talk about other people.
Yep.
That's fucking huge.
Have conversation.
Our one handicap that we have in New England is our broken ability to support and love each other regardless if we like the music or not.
Right. And I think, all I can say is,
I don't gotta believe in what you believe in to look
right.
across the pond and say, hey man, that guy's a man. He's successful and he's doing more than me. That guy's doing things that empower and uplift other people. That guy's doing things that don't punch down or take away from others. That's so difficult for people in this community is to look and go, man, look at how great Death Rattle's doing. Give them
Right.
their flowers.
Yeah, exactly.
What the
Exactly.
fuck? Why is that so difficult? Look at
They're a perfect
Carpathia. Look at how
example of
well
it.
they're doing. Give them
Right.
their flowers. In
Mm-hmm.
New England, specifically, if
Right.
there's one thing I could teach everybody, you don't have to be a fan of each other and each other's personality and what you guys do for work and how
Yeah.
fucking pretty you are and what we all think we believe in. The ability to just say, hey, yo, that's my neighbor. And I stand behind them being successful in what they're doing.
Well, we all got to start looking at each other as colleagues and not competition.
And that doesn't mean sharing a stage with each other or sucking each
Right. It
other's
doesn't have to be.
buttholes,
Yeah,
right? It doesn't mean
exactly.
coming over and me signing autographs for you or
Right.
people pleasing. What
No,
I'm
exactly.
talking about is a predictable standard of politeness and
Mm-hmm.
decency. And if you don't got nothing great to say about somebody, just shut the fuck up.
Right.
And seeing each other as the same and not separate, like you're all
And
musicians.
I
You're
think that
not separate.
yes, Lexi, and I think that starts off with playing with the people that share your goals. And I
Right.
think and when I talk about the human and decency and all of that stuff, it comes down with not wanting to be superior, dominant, or powerful over other people.
Well, rising tides bring all ships up, man. Like that's what it is.
Yes,
And until we all start realizing that,
yes,
and especially from a promoter's standpoint, like there's a lot more of us now than there were 5 years ago.
yes. I was going to bring that up.
Um, but you
That's
know what?
healthy. That's so
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
It's a
We
sign
don't
of
need to
health.
be
You and I
shitting
talked
on the
about
new
this.
guy or worrying about taking money off of somebody else's table because we're not the people that are doing this to have longevity
Yes.
are the ones that aren't focusing on the almighty dollar.
Woo! And I think there was a time, especially coming out of the pandemic and the lockdowns, I
Yeah,
think there was a little bit of a paranoia and people were cautious about, well, people were worried. Is there going to be enough bands? Is there going to be enough venues? We've proven now there's enough.
yeah.
We have. There was that time when we were like, oh no, like, do we have too many promoters versus the ratio of bands? And
Well, and it's
what's,
quality over quantity at this point. We all have to
yes,
be honest about the venues that we're working with and what we would can reasonably expect for production and performance and all that kind of stuff.
yes, sir.
Like if you don't like how some venues are operating visually or whatever,
Yes.
just don't fucking book with them.
Whoa!
Just don't fucking do
Holy
it.
shit!
That's the
And you know
golden
what?
egg
No,
right there.
can we please allow that to also translate into bands?
Right.
If you don't like female fronted bands, it, look, I'm not going to prevent you from talking shit about us on Facebook. If you want to do that, make websites and pages about me, that's up to you. But what I'm saying is if you don't like a certain band, if you don't like a certain venue, then book with the ones that you do.
Right.
I've never
It's that simple.
understood that.
And if
It's
it's
all
not
about
the
the
exact
decisions we
Any,
one,
make.
find something similar.
anything else is just
Hmm.
time wasting, energy wasting, clout chasing, attention seeking, and money
Well,
wasting.
And emotion.
exactly.
And realistically, who do we all fuck over? The
Ourselves.
fans of the music.
Exactly.
Emotions.
And the other
Nobody has ever said anything ugly about me and stopped me from playing guitar.
exactly. I'm not here to get along with everybody.
Right, right, right. Right.
Like,
That's the other thing. Right. You don't
I'm
have to love everybody's music.
right.
It's more so just like a mutual
But instead of throwing shade,
yes.
reach out to these bands
Mhm.
and, not be critical, but say, hey, I think you guys could do better if you did X, Y, and Z. Like,
And
help each other.
yes, and I find and this is kind of like rhetorical because I don't, the truth is with me, and I'm going to speak openly and vulnerable. There might be some bands that don't like Dead Man's Trigger. There might be some musicians that don't like me and Melissa's voice, but I'm gonna go on record. Out of all the bands I listen to in New England, I haven't heard a band I haven't liked. But that's just my fucking brain.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't care what people do personally. I don't care what people believe in. I don't care who they're fucking. I don't care what they. I don't look at people's Facebook posts. I don't search people's pages. I don't use social media for personal use. I don't look at porn. I don't go on the internet to be entertained. So like there are some bands out there that I know are critical of us, or people or musicians or colleagues that are critical of us. You know what? I'm not critical of them, actually.
right.
I actually don't care. And a lot of the bands that really they go out of their way and they really don't like us, I still like them. I still think they make good music. Oh
Yeah,
well.
I mean,
All
I,
that stomping around and slamming doors, it hasn't changed my attitude. I know a lot of people don't like Sepsis, but we still like them and we will still um promote those bands and we'll
yep,
still I don't give a shit. It doesn't change my tune.
stand on business,
Yes.
respect each other's hustle.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You know,
And everybody's hustle's
somebody
different
doing
too.
something that you like perfect
Yes.
example when we relaunched almost 2 years ago.
Yes.
There was only like a 5 year gap there. But when we relaunched, I said, okay, I've got the technology I need to make things happen now that I didn't
Mhm.
have 10 years ago.
Mhm.
And
That's so true.
I put stuff out like promo videos and shit like that. And you started seeing these other promoters doing the same thing.
So
And
true.
most people be like, oh, fuck them. That's my
Yo,
act.
you were the only
Right,
one doing that.
Yeah.
That's
right, right.
so fucking true.
Mhm.
Right. But I'm
Not
not
like it's a
vocal
big deal.
about
Not
it.
like it's a big deal.
I'm trying to elevate the business.
Yes, yes. No, that's why we put out, that's why we also have this huge open source. Come
Yep.
and ask us how we did it. We sit down, tell people how we shot, how we shoot music videos. We explain who we're using for PR. Like we are the
Right.
most approachable open source,
Yeah. And the
transparent band
way
when it comes
the
to that.
way I look at everything right now is that nobody's got anything to lose.
Yes, that's real.
That's the mentality you have to have.
I agree with that because negative mentalities are failure mentalities.
Right. Yeah,
So
you're
if your
not gonna
mind
have
is
a
on
positive outcome.
losing, right? Like
Exactly.
if you wake up thinking about defeat, I can't believe this is over with.
What?
I can't
It only
believe it.
feels like we've been talking for 15. This is ridiculous.
Hey, we got good content up in this bitch.
My
You're
God,
getting three
dude,
bits
I'm
button.
so fucking sorry. We have to end this. This is terrible.
This was such a great conversation. What a cock block.
I know. We have so much more to talk about. This is
Well, in
terrible.
closing, let me just say this.
Yes.
So, to
I
my
took up all the
fellow
fucking time.
to
I'm sorry.
my fellow bands and promoters, etc., everybody needs to work together. Yes, if you've got your own equipment to record shit, talk to somebody that has better stuff
Mhm.
and can help you out. Some people will do it without even being like, "Oh, $30, please." Like,
Right,
but
right.
No, no
respect the
paywall.
ones that do. Like, if you want to grow, you have to make sacrifices. But my main point is that I have to drive home. Bands need to focus on getting people to shows.
My God. Oh my fucking God. We can end the whole fucking, we can end the podcast. We can end the show. We
If
This
can,
is
nobody's
coming.
there, nobody makes any fucking money, and you only got yourselves to blame.
oh my God, for every purpose.
Everything.
Oh my God,
Just
like that's it.
everything.
I can play that. I'm gonna make 5 reels out of that in
Yep,
slow
go for it. I'll
motion.
go viral on this shit.
Oh
I
my
stand
God,
on that, and I don't stand
dude.
on a damn thing.
I'm, I'm on that. I can't wait to edit
Yeah,
that down because that
You're incredible
no one is
saying this.
because I've been saying it and I realized no one's gonna listen to me.
yeah. Well,
And
that's what
maybe
that's
They'll listen to
where
John.
Bulldog Uncensored came from. Because I'm gonna tell you like it is, and if you don't like it, that's
Fuck
fucking
you.
fine.
Oh my God,
Right, fucked
that's
up?
such a breath of fresh air.
I love talking to Josh.
I no, I know. Can, can we please have you on again?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I mean,
We have so many questions. I have a couple.
right. And man, not to blow you up, man. It's just such a pleasure to have like-minded thinkers and businessmen and I don't talk with very musicians where we start off talking about accounting. It just shows
Yeah.
you, well, it just shows you
It's
like
also refreshing to know that there's other people out there that
mm,
think and do the same things that we are, and it's not just us. Like we're not
And
alone.
we're not doing it to be uppity or stuck up or better than anybody.
yes.
We're just trying to lead by example.
An object in motion tends to stay in motion.
Exactly.
Josh, thank you so much. Please send us new music. I'm super excited to see you guys. Anything I can do to just to be a part of the speed demon community and keep pushing and sharing stuff. If there's something I miss and you guys want us to share it and help out, I'm always here for that.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I
Um,
appreciate it. And likewise both ways, man.
I work for Sepsis and the New England music community. I'm dedicated to it. You know,
We don't
20,
have no
20.
9 to 5s, brother. It's a 24/7 game.
That's it.
Real
That's it.
shit.
Much love to you, brother. Have a great recording session. I appreciate you guys
Peace.
so much.
See you this
Later.
weekend.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Sepsis Show. Welcome back. We are here with Danae's Creations and another esteemed sponsor of our beloved fourth annual Swarmiefest. Lexi, are you pumped up or what?
I am very pumped up. It cannot get here any faster.
It's crazy how many people have messaged me within the last 25 minutes about Swarmiefest.
25 minutes.
Wow, that's a lot.
Just in the last 25 minutes.
And this is a local show. Like you don't really I've reassured everybody this is a local show. This is a small thing. We are a small company.
And they're like,
Yeah,
no, it's the biggest thing.
And they're-
and what's interesting though is it's local to you,
yes.
and I'm coming in from out of state, so
You
it's
know
not
what?
entirely local for me.
You make a great point. And
That's true.
so many people, our friends, our family, are also flying out and making arrangements. And you're
Right,
right.
like I
That's a
was
good thing.
telling some of my friends about that.
Yep. Hotel reservations, of course, all of this stuff isn't for free.
Mm.
Enough of the chit chat. We want to get to know
Yes.
about you. We're always busy and our plate is always full. Que sera, sera. But we're here today with you.
Yes. Danae's Creations. What
Danae
is it?
Lynn's Creations. You actually have to use the middle name, Danae Lynn's
Oh,
Creations.
Danae Lynn's Creation.
That's very
Sorry.
that's very important
Danae
because
Lynn's Creation.
prior
Correct.
to coming on, we were talking about how important it is for like pronunciation,
Yeah,
especially like
because like I said, I get mispronunciations like Denny Lynn
yeah.
or Deanie Lynn,
And
and I
how does that make you feel?
it doesn't really bother me because it
Okay.
is an unconventional name.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of like an interesting blend of where the name came from, and it's very sentimental to me.
Where did it come
Um,
from?
well, I so I was raised in institutions in my teenage years, and I met a lady or a young lady about my age. We were teenagers from Russia. She could not pronounce my legal name, Danielle. So she came up with a nickname for me, Danae, and it stuck with me ever since. So ever since I was about 16, I've been using the name Danae and then mixing it with my legal middle name, Lynn. Danae Lynn.
Ah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we get it a lot of time
Wow.
because our name is Sepsis, and we get it a lot of time. People call us step kids and stepsis, and I mean, we get all the stuff, step
That's an
shit and
interesting one.
shithead and
Stepkids.
motherfucker. We get all the stuff. But if you're in this business, and I'm joking, but my name being William Savant, I get called William Savant and Savant and all that, and people you got to take the good with the bad because it comes with the territory.
Yeah, and I
If
have absolutely no problem with
yeah,
correcting people that if they pronounce it incorrectly, I will correct them. I have no problem with that.
people call us all kinds of stuff, and I remind people, being in heavy metal, you get that. You wear funny
Yes, you do.
clothes. We have red hair and yellow hats and pierced
Yeah, I
lips
mean,
and
like specifically, one of the bands that's playing it, Pulsifier. I have heard numerous times they mispronounce it as Pulsifer, Pulsifer, and they call attention to it
oh.
too. They're like, it's not
Okay.
Pulsifer,
This
it's
is a good moment for me. No, no,
Pulsifier.
no, no.
Yeah, this is a grand moment.
This is
Like
a
Mia
this is a
said that
golden moment.
I
Yeah.
was talking to Mia about it, and she's like, "No, it's Pulsifier."
See, I'm gonna have a little bit of a little credit. I'm gonna add a little bit of credit to myself because I've been calling them Pulsifier from
And
the
that's
beginning.
correct. Yes, and that is correct. Pulsifier is correct.
But I'm
But like
also guilty of
sometimes when
screwing
like the
people's names
MCs,
up.
but like the MCs at a show will say Pulsifer.
Dude, if you're in heavy metal though, if you're in heavy metal, people are gonna screw your name up.
Yep.
That's so I mean I know
That's
that's not
very true.
so if you're in rock and roll, if you're in heavy metal, you got Cannibal Corpse and Butcher Babies and Anthrax. We all have silly little names and we wear silly
Yeah.
haircuts. Heavy metal's silly. You got to have a fun
Yeah.
heart. You got to know how to laugh at yourself. And
Yep.
people come up with funny names for us and they troll us and they goof off on us. But I'll tell you, if you're in entertainment, you got to kind of have the
Be
ability to
unique.
make fun of yourself and laugh at yourself on stage at any given time. That's kind
Yeah.
of how we deal with it.
Exactly.
Comes with the territory.
So as well as the name, what is Danae Lynn's Creations? What is it?
Okay, so Danae Lynn's Creations is a home-based business that I've been running for 15 plus years, and my sole focus has been crochet as well as sewing, t-shirt design with Cricut Maker. I also make stickers, and custom orders are always welcome. I am disability inclusive, queer inclusive. I have made adaptive clothing for people that are missing fingers. So I've made special gloves
Hold
for them.
on. We have friends that are missing a lot of fingers. I'm not even kidding.
I actually have done, there was a lady that I met a few years ago. She has a condition called anodactyly, so she's missing many of her fingers. And she could
Oh,
Oh,
never have mittens, ever. She could never wear them correctly. So what I did was I had her lay her hand on a piece of paper, traced around it, and literally crocheted the gloves
oh
to
my
fit
goodness.
that.
you're
That is awesome.
incredible.
I've also made socks for people that have had their legs amputated to cover the stumps. I've made wheelchair bags. I've made crutch cases, little things you can carry on your crutches.
That is awesome.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So
Wow.
you're a gift shop humanitarian.
Inventor.
you are an original inventor and
Yeah,
an
I've actually been
entrepreneur.
told that. I can come up with a pattern on my own
Mhm.
and go with it. There was a time where Melissa was wearing a really pretty purple sweater that I saw on her Facebook feed. And I was addicted. I was like, I need to make the sweater. I need the sweater. I need the sweater. And I literally went looking everywhere for the pattern. No go. Not a chance. So I
Oh,
said, screw it. And I sat there with the picture of her wearing it, zoomed in as close as I could get it, and physically examined the stitch count
Wow,
and
that's incredible.
replicated it.
oh wow.
I
I
can't tie
actually
my
have a
fucking shoes in the
perfect
morning.
replica of that sweater.
No, and I have a
Wow.
hard time putting my socks and shoes on in the morning. That is incredible.
Thank
That
you.
is really
That's
incredible.
great.
I'm very good at freehand crochet, so I can just wing it. Just have an idea in my head how I want it to come out and just do
When
it.
you were introduced to us, I forgot one of the girls were telling me that you could bring and do stuff on site. And I was like, wow, I wish we have another show sometime in the future where we could see you whipping that stuff up. I
I
was
would
trying to
absolutely love
imagine
that.
Yeah, I was
So
trying
let
to
me.
imagine a bunch of drunk people around a heating iron. I was like, I don't know.
Actually, no. Actually, hold on. Let me explain this. So, where I got my start on being a music scene vendor is another festival local to Maine called Herd Flock, and it's a heavy metal 3-day weekend, and many of the local New England bands play. And they let me set up as a vendor, and I'm set off far enough away from the stage with my 10-foot by 10-foot canopy tent booth with a table and an electrical cord with my press right on the spot. And people will come up to me, flip through my book. I want that image on that size, and I'll do it right there on the spot.
Yeah,
That's
we've
awesome.
played tattoo like huge tattoo festivals that are doing that too.
I actually just did a
Yeah,
tattoo festival.
yeah. A lot of the tat because
Well, that's
they're
a
pulling
machine
off
festival. But yeah.
the
Mm,
negatives and they have to do the flash and they're doing all of that right there.
Yeah,
Specific.
mm,
yeah. And like, I can't bring the Cricut cutter to cut them on the spot, but I
Yeah.
can, but I can like cut them ahead of time and then stick them
Yeah, I
to a
think it depends, like,
mhm.
venue to venue, I think.
Yeah. I
It
like
really
what they
does. It's like some places,
right.
like
It's
when we
depending on
try
the
to bring
venue,
in
right?
certain
Because I mean
stage
that
equipment or
press.
lighting, like if we bring in
Well, yeah, because
smoke
that
or we
press
bring
will get
in,
to like 350 degrees, so it
right,
takes power.
right. Sometimes we'll have certain lighting or effect systems or smoke systems or lasers. Some
Right?
venues they just don't want even bubble machines because people can slip on the wet
On the
floor and
soapy
break.
water. Yep.
Yeah, it's simply put, it just depends, and
Yep.
it
Simply
depends
put.
what venue we're in. It's just like the all ages things.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
so difficult state to state what the rules are.
you are right. It is. Yeah,
It's hard to keep track.
kind of. Yeah, but I mean, like,
We
with
move around quite a bit when we can, and we'll bring in a smoke machine in one place, and they'll go, "Oh my God!" And then on the next place, and then the next place will be like bonfires for everybody.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Herd Flock definitely has a bonfire every year.
The stuff in Maine is
Mhm.
great. Like you go to Maine, you could
I
smoke
go to
weed, smoke cigarettes, you can bring your dog, have a bonfire. You can't do
Yep.
that shit in
They
Chicago.
do that shit up here.
You can't do that shit in Boston and Chicago.
Mm-mm. But you
Mm-mm.
can in
Nope.
Maine.
But you definitely can in
You
Maine.
bring a
Yep.
smoke machine into a venue, you bring a fogger, a vaporizer into a venue in New Hampshire, they're gonna call the SWAT team.
Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys.
I, I'm exaggerating, but that so
What did you hope to achieve with Danae Lynn's creations?
she's
well,
she's helping everybody.
Well, yeah, exactly. That was my goal. When
Yeah.
I first started doing Danae Lynn's creations, my goal was to make clothing and accessories affordable and accessible for everyone.
That's beautiful.
We the people means everyone.
I love that
No, I love that. I
sticker.
love the
I
thing
love
that really drew all of us to you this year. Just so you know,
Well,
for
thank
me,
you. I really appreciate that.
yeah, the diversity, the inclusion. We love the home businesses, the business to business, local connections and community developing each other. Decentralizing large companies and corporations and billionaires, they'll always have people to support them. Nike will always have customers, and
Right, exactly.
it's not to get
But I
rid
mean,
of
when you
them.
have these up and coming small
Yes.
businesses, that's literally exactly what they are,
And
up
I
and
think
coming, and they're
sometimes,
small. So they have to start small and
yes,
work their way up and bust their butt to make that shit happen. And here I
yes.
am.
definitely.
It's
I,
taken me 15 years. I've only lived in Maine for 15 years, and I have taken the entire time pushing to make Danae Lynn's creations a reality.
well, it's real now.
Oh, definitely.
It's real now, and
That's
and
incredible.
everyone is going to be able to see what you're bringing to the table. That no pun intended. So we don't have a lot of we don't choose to have a lot of sponsors. We choose to keep a small circle.
Yeah.
We like to have a
And that's
tight
what
circle.
makes it so authentic and so special.
Yes. Yes. We don't want to just sell flyer spaces, and it's important for us to build a relationship and try to create an opportunity where people can make friends, people can network, and people can know each other in an environment that's not so big where you can't get a phone number or you can't have a social interaction. Swarmy Fest, it's got
Brings all that
it
together.
brings all that together. It's never dead,
Mm.
but it's small enough where people can still have a conversation. You know, it's not corporate. It's not.
Right, exactly. It's very localized
Yes.
and it's homey feeling.
Yes, we hope when we hope to continue that transition and the inclusivity and the diversity that you share online on your Twitch streams and with your message and your movement through your clothing, um, it fits in perfectly with what we're doing, and
Well,
we
thank
appreciate
you. I really appreciate that.
and we appreciate you being a part of it. Is there anything before we go? Is there anything that we could teach? Is there anything that we could, if there's anything we haven't covered, is there anything we could teach people about Danae Lynn's creations, what they need to know, how they can find you, what's
Well,
important to you? What can they
okay.
learn?
Well, I do have my own personal website, and it is at Danae Lynn's hyphen creations dot square dot site.
And
And
we
I
will
have,
put that in the comments. We're going to drop that in the comments right
okay.
now so everybody
And
can
I also have my Facebook at
please.
Danae
Yes.
Lynn's Creations. It's DLC 2015 is my at. And
Can
you
you
can
can
just
you
find
can
it
you tell
under,
us that one more time?
yep,
That
Facebook
yep.
at DLC 2015.
Okay, yeah,
That's
because
how you'll find me.
Lexi was writing it down, so I just want to make sure I got the right.
2050?
15.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome. We'll make
Okay.
sure that those links get in there so everybody, and please, everybody that's watching this right now, it only takes it only takes a couple moments to jump out of this live. You can come back, take a few moments, jump over, give her a follow, check out some of the stuff there. Click the three buttons at the top right corner, invite some friends, and help build this community with us. And of course, come and hang out with us in Danae Lynn's Creations at Swarmiefest. I mean, obviously, but if you're not coming physically, for real,
Come virtually.
if you love and you support our band, you guys know us. Um, we keep a close circle. This is a perfect opportunity to help another person grow. Please just slide over, check out what they got, and navigate the page, and please give them a follow. I
Thank
appreciate
you
you.
so much.
And of course, you can call us and connect with us anytime if you have any questions about the show or you want to chat later. Give me or one of the girls a jingle.
Yeah, I think I have your number.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yeah. I think, yeah, I try to make sure everybody gets the office number when they book with us.
yeah,
So,
it's a 603.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on. You did a great
Thank you.
job.
You did a
Thank you
great
so much for
job.
having me.
Much love and respect to you, and we'll see
Much
you
love and
Saturday.
respect.
What's up, everybody? Welcome once again to the Sepsis Show. Boy, do I have a delight for everybody this evening. Back, not for the second time, but as our spearheading and official spearheads of the Swarmiefest sponsor group, none other, Malcolm and Bruce from Legion of Solace. Welcome.
What's
Welcome
up?
to
What's
the
up? What's
Sepsis
up? Yeah.
Show.
What's up? What's up? Always happy to be around anybody from the Sepsis family. You guys are so fun to hang out with. Always.
Thank you.
I was just
We
thinking about the other day. You know what's funny? I was thinking about the other day when we actually all first met, going to this same venue that we're going to now. Mm-hmm. I told Lexi that you were going to be like a fucking big ass star, and look at you now. And I
I
ran up on
know
you
we
like
were
one of those
all on the
crazy
fence
things.
about it. Remember, like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
did say that. You're like, "Yo, Lexi's gonna blow up," and we were all like, "I don't
I
know."
don't
No,
think
no, no,
she
no. And I ran
will.
up on Lexi, and I
Maybe
remember ramming up on
no.
Lexi, and being like, "That's how the fans are going to be crazy." Lexi, Lexi, and I picked her up off the ground and all that shit. She was just like, oh my God. Like, that's how it's going to be. And look at you now. What did I say? What did I say?
No,
Look
he
at you
really
now.
was right though.
Correct.
And he
Yeah.
was right when
Mhm.
we had no plans of anything like that. It's
He was
funny how
Yep.
that is. Funny how
Yeah.
Yep.
we all see the world in our own perspectives, and it's incredible how we can all see the value in each other and extract that and show each other and present that. And it's a beautiful thing. That's what really Legion of
Yes,
Souls
yes.
has really been about since I know you guys.
Yeah, they really watched a lot of our growth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
When I remember the first time I met you guys, you were working through the pandemic. Actually, you were supposed to have a show, same room, Jewel Nightclub with OTEP,
yep, yep, that's
and
right.
she wound up canceling her 2021 tour. And
Yes.
it was, let's see if I can flex my memory here a bit. Sepsis, Inverter, Bad Tude, and
I remember them.
I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, no, I
Who
think
else
there
was
was.
there
I
that
think
night?
I think there was another person on the bill.
Who else was there that night? There were 4 bands that night.
I know. I'm a big OTEP fan. I've always liked the band, and
But
really
what?
like I can't even tell you how much like how much actually
Favorite
like
song?
shadow credit or like you know what I mean.
Able
Like we
Blood.
actually owe that band so much credit. Really,
Yeah.
actually.
Able Blood was the 4th band that night.
My favorite OTEP song has to be Blood Pig.
Oh, what's
Sorry.
the one I like? What's the one I like?
Sorry. Not sorry. Blood Pig it's a classic.
No, it is. No, it is.
It was the first song I
Oh
ever
my
heard of her.
gosh,
And I
it's
was
gonna
like,
kill me
fuck
now.
yeah. Dude.
It's a good song.
No,
It,
it's like a ghetto song or something. It's so hardcore.
it impressed me that you guys reached out to OTEP and explained how much you had put into marketing and organizing the event, and asked her for her blessing to take over the date.
Yes.
And that impressed me a bit because not many independent bands are like, oh well, let's just do the show anyway. They're like,
Oh,
oh well,
yeah.
okay,
No,
I
I
can spend
know.
Saturday with my kids.
Right.
You know, it's crazy. So we know a couple of the folks from their band. You know, we're fans of them, and like I got to know not know them, but you know through social media and just through music. Um, I just became a fan of them and corresponding with some of the band members, and I had general respect for their activism and for their ability to speak out. And I said, these aren't the type of people that you just blow off, you know. And that's I'm not into that sort of thing, anyways. I always try to do my due diligence and be polite and not step on people's toes in the industry, especially when it comes to booking and the calendar, because that's what this industry really is like keeping schedules and showing up. And she just for the record, it's not like she just ghosted. She actually had a really close person in her life pass away. So
Yes.
it wasn't I didn't want to
Yeah.
just pick the show up and be like, oh, you know, she had done a lot of work on it, her promotional staff,
Mhm.
and it was so cool. I sent out a letter and asked for her blessing, and they were so cool. They wrote us right back, and they were like, oh man, no way, you guys should be rocking that show. Don't let us hold you back. And man, really cool people.
Very
Oh, yeah.
humble.
Well,
Yeah,
and
no,
Very
I
down
know.
to earth and very humble.
Yep.
given everything that's been said about her over the years, it's nice to hear stories of the other side of
Yeah,
OTEP.
I don't. Yeah, you know, I
Yeah,
can't
she
speak.
does get a lot of bad rep.
And, you know, and I can't speak for everybody, but their whole camp has been super cool, really fair with us the entire time we've ever had any conversations with them or dealt with them. I can't say we've ever had a negative experience ever.
No,
Good.
not at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, and I mean, especially like especially as strong as she's into the political side and standing and
Yes.
supporting for the gay community, the trans
Yeah.
community. I mean, just well, the whole you know community in general. So yeah, it's especially because she's getting a lot of backlash from that, and people just coming at her sideways. You know, old fans and all that, and just her being a blunt, straightforward person. Because I've watched a lot of her lives, and she'll call out people like, "Yo, you're not even a true fan." Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. I've been a fan since Blood Pig. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I totally get that. It's interesting because like I'm from well, you know, I'm black and I'm from hip hop and street music. So being politically correct and being on my best behavior has never been something I've really admired or looked up to.
Right.
So I grew up on Public Enemy. I grew
Right.
up on
You
NWA.
grew up on the
I grew up
anarchy.
right. I didn't grow up
You
on
grew up on
following
the
the rules
anarchy.
and asking permission. So
Yeah.
everything she's doing is cool by me.
Right.
Right.
You see, and that's what I'm saying. That's how I feel about this. That's why I love you so much, bro. Because I remember like me back in the day too, dude. Like that's
Yeah,
how
no,
I
I
was.
could.
Like,
Oh
that's why
yeah,
my
fuck
radio
the
show is the way
police.
it is. Like I
No,
want
for
my shit
me,
to
it's
be
still fuck the police. It's not.
right.
It's not. That hasn't gone away. So I know some
Right.
people they've
Right.
grown up and they have a different way they feel about people. But no, I grew up on, Public Enemy and civil rights and treating black people and
Treat
gay
people fair.
people right.
Everybody.
And I'm
Yeah.
still saying that. You
Right.
know, I'm
And that's how
still saying we
I
got
grew
to
up.
treat
My
women
foundation was
equally.
rap, and maybe hearing some, Aerosmith with some Run DMC a little bit growing up. I mean, I'm only 38, so
Mhm.
that was a little bit before my time still. But you know what I'm saying? Like I
Yes.
grew up on stuff like that, and seeing Earth, Wind, and Fire, and all that
Yes,
black rockers, and then trying to go out and do it yourself, especially coming from a rinky-dink town of Lynchburg, Virginia. It
for sure.
was a lot of people biased to you until they heard my voice. And then there'll be a
Yes.
lot of people that will back it up. Like you share this post and just this clip in Lynchburg, Virginia, they'll tell you
I
like,
think
yo,
we're
this
all a
guy
little
been there.
guilty of that. For
You
real,
know
because
what I'm saying? Like
I didn't know you were going to be that talented. I didn't. When I first met you, I would have never guessed. I
that
would have,
I sing like
but,
stuff
but
like
not
that.
because of your size or what you look like. I just, it's hard to tell.
Mhm.
Right.
It's who.
And I mean, what I'm saying. This is the reaction I get when people
Malcolm.
hear
I
me
guess.
from
I guess what I'm saying, Malcolm, is like I don't know OTEP personally. Okay.
Right.
But I would be a fool to think that I knew her through a conversation or a 20-second clip or a live on Facebook. I'm
Exactly.
not willing to go out and put myself out there. I'm not willing to risk myself and say that
Exactly.
I'm so fucking moral or I'm such a Father Flanagan. I'm such a patriot where
Right.
I'm gonna polish my bald eagle and punch down on another human being. That's just not for me.
Right. Like, yeah, no, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're already breaking the number one cardinal rule. You mean do unto others as you want to be done unto you. You don't want nobody to fucking pass judgment against you. Oh, this is a black guy. So when he comes out when this band Sepsiss comes out, it's gonna be some rap rock type bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There is a lot of people that don't like our band or the fact that we're outspoken, but just me knowing that I don't me knowing that people don't like us, it doesn't put me in a position to be negative or treat people negatively because negativity is for losers, dude.
Mm.
So
it's the
I know
same
a lot
thing.
of people may not understand me at a 20-second clip, or they might have something negative to say about me because of it. But the reality is, right, that we are not our thoughts. We are the thinker of
Right.
our thoughts. And the
Right.
things that we think are not always reality. So people may
Right.
think something about OTEP, but the truth is, I'm telling you that only out of the human experience and the experience of decency have I ever known them. And it's been just very brief. I'm not under the impression that I know people because I see them on Facebook.
Right.
Right.
And see, well, this is the
I'm not
thing
going to
though.
judge her off of Facebook or
Right.
because somebody
Especially,
said
I
they
mean,
had,
she has every right
you
to
know,
speak her free mind. But that's what I'm saying. That's another reason why I
yes.
love OTEP, because OTEP has something that she has kept ever since the days of the old days that a lot of bands don't keep
I
nowadays.
also
It's
think it's
more.
negative to speak about. I think it's negative to be negative about people when they're not there to speak or defend
Yeah.
themselves. That's the
Right.
other thing. So a
And that's
lot of
the thing.
people
Like,
talk
that's how,
about her
that's
negatively
how I
when
like
she's not
OTEP.
there.
People don't remember. People don't know what morals look like anymore. And OTEP,
Mhm.
I feel like OTEP is there to show that. Like, if you believe in what you're doing and what you're carrying and how you're carrying, you gotta have some kind of morals about it.
I, I, I,
Period.
th- I think her, like a lot of people, have a way of saying things that if you are not at a place in your life to have intellectual depth and put yourself in other people's shoes, I think it's going to be hard to challenge yourself and listen to kinetic personalities. And I'm one of those kinetic personalities, so I get that. You're not going to be able to understand me or know what the fuck I'm talking about in a 15-minute clip.
Right.
To
Leave
base
a
your
little while
value on me,
ago.
to base your value or try to measure a complex, dynamic thinking, emotional, intellectual human being to narrow them down and put them on a pedestal of just being political or just being gay or just being black is just for me, it's just I have a little bit more depth than that. I have a little bit more patience.
Yeah.
I've also lived in state prison.
Mhm.
So you can't just having a bad mood
Yes.
could be your last day. So you
Yep.
got to really pick and choose your battles.
Yep.
I don't want the conversation to get too far away. I love you guys. I could talk to you guys forever. I got in trouble with Josh earlier because I had Josh from Speed Demon come on here. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
you guys, and I got to remind everybody listening that you guys aren't just my partners, but you guys are like some of my best friends. So we get to talking on here about rock and roll and
Yeah.
everything. Well,
Oh, yeah.
I'll never stop.
Right.
And then
3 hours
and then
later.
I'll have sciatic nerve damage by the time we get on stage.
Or
Right.
Zoom will be like, I got 10 minutes left.
Right, every time we start talking and getting into it, Zoom kicks us off.
Yeah.
Lexi's gonna
I'll,
ask you some
I'll,
professional questions because she's
okay.
professional. Sort of. She laughed at that.
So, what is Legions of Solace and what do you guys do?
You want to take half of that, or you want me to start with half?
Let's start.
All right. Well, pretty much, the Legion of Solace originally started out before Bruce even Wayne came in. It was me, Tuesday, Evan, and a few others that were a part of another production. I'm not going to call
Shout
their
out to
names.
Tuesday.
Not
Tuesday.
big hollers out to Tuesday because I'm glad I met her in my life, dude. She's inspired me. She's inspired me through a whole lot, and she is the founder of Legion of Solace. But pretty much, it started out where we were initially a part of a different group, and they ended up being a part of the cesspool. What is the music industry too? Pretty much, if you want to say so. Not
So there was
necessarily
like
a part
there
of
was
it,
like a
but
disconnect
they're
in
doing
the
the
mission.
same. It seemed too shady. Put it that way. You know what I'm
Understood.
saying?
Yeah, no,
So
Makes
that's the
sense.
we left
entertainment
from
business
there.
is
Yeah.
We left from there and went to our own shit because we love metal music so much that we wanted to be, because especially even more so now in this world that my daughter's coming up and she's wanting to do the same thing I'm doing with music and being a band, doing choir, acting, and all that. Who better than to have in this industry that can help you to do that and promote you in the proper way and be completely legit honest with you and not kill you and what would come into there, you know what I'm saying, at all about being who you wanted to be and what you wanted to do. You see what I'm saying? Like, we want you to get out there and have your fun and do, but not be getting reamed about what is called, oh, the promoters or the mainstream promotion companies or just people. Oh my gosh, here we go. You got people over here fucking with us. Don't do this, girl. Don't do this. But I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying to be professional too. Like, God damn it, stop fucking shit up. But promote. She's distracting me, so please just
it's
edit
okay.
some
It's
of this
okay.
fucking shit out. But like just shaky promoters, shaky managers, whatever. We want to be able to help and be that hub for you to be able to help you even do it independently with our help or even with our full support. And we're not charging for this shit. We're actually out here because we love what we want to do. We have that passion about it. Especially me being a member back now, because I have not told you guys this yet, but I am in another band. I am back in another band again. I was in Hateful Bones the last time I talked to you guys, but now in another band called Numb My Sight. And, me being and knowing for over 20 years both sides of the spectrum,
Mhm.
I want to be able to have a company that I can go turn to and know that they're not going to, fuck me over, excuse my language, and with
It's
no
okay.
loop.
No,
You see what I'm saying?
we do the F word here on the Sepsis
All right,
show.
well, I just want to make sure because I don't know how professional you want to be, but
I
I don't
appreciate
want to.
that.
If you want me to give you the Malcolm version, all right. Since you said that, I'm going to give
Not
you the
that
Malcolm version. I'm
professional.
going to give you the Malcolm version. Instead of being completely, totally raped up the ass with no lube. You know what I'm saying? Not even a gesture of I feel how badly I'm about to ream your asshole.
No,
All right.
we
So
understand.
period. The whole point about it is just we are a company that is serious about this. I came across Tuesday and this other company that was trying to do the same thing, and then we was like, fuck it, because I was coming into it as like when I was such so good at it with the gift of gab. I was recruiting so many motherfuckers that I was being put up on the high people's council.
I know when we find the promoters and like the curators, who are in it for money and clout because they
Right.
don't talk to us. No, no, I'm
Right.
serious. I'm being serious.
Right.
We always know the humanitarians. We always know the people that are in it for charity. We always know the people that are in it for humanity. We know the people that are inclusive. We know the people that are not sexist, that are not racist. We know the people that are generous. We know the people that are hospitable because they're on our fucking team.
Right.
And the backstabbers and fucking thieves and chicken hawks avoid us like the plague. The
Right.
promoters, the
They know
talent
you can
buyers,
smell them a mile away. They know you can smell them a
yes,
mile away.
we know,
And that's
right?
the
We,
thing. We're
yes,
not
sir.
that. We are wanting this to be so much fundamental to where you would call us instead of trying to get a hold of Roadrunner Records. I'm not trying to drop any other names and blah blah blah, whatever. But the whole point about it is, we wanted to the point where eventually we are the hub that you would connect to, yes, and be like, hey man, we're on this on tour, whether you're independent or with us. Hey, you got this place that we can go to where we're helping to keep venues alive. Because for forever, I grew up, and where I grew up with the band Hateful Bones that I grew up with, it was always the rinky dink, backdoor fucking venues that were doing us right and breaking us off evenly at the door as well as on beer sales through the spot.
Nobody treats you better than the dive bar on the corner.
Yeah, the spot that we would fill the place up, and they would tap us off with a good amount of money. And I grew up on places like that
Do you
were
guys
very
think that there's a level? Do you guys think that there's a level of success? Do you think that there is a level of industry where bands or promoters or venues they float up into this celebrity level of being so professional that they believe they have to fuck everybody over? Is that it? Like, is there
Yeah.
just does everybody get
When did
so
they get to
big?
that
Does
line?
people get so corporate that they just can't be like what happens is the reason why I ask this is because sometimes I go through this with sepsis and I'm like, it'd be nice to be a little bit bigger, but then I'm really appreciative of having everything we have because we are as big as we can be without being so big or so professional or so corporate that we can't have a fucking conversation, man.
Yeah.
I call it promotional clout chasing.
Pretty much. But back to what I was
Good
saying
way
though,
to put
bro.
it.
This is the kicker right here. The whole
Yes.
point about it is like what you said. Like I said, I learned promotion and being able to work independently through the band Hateful Bones of before I joined them and while I was with them. Because I'm not trying to I'm not trying to drop names, but my band that I used to be a part of, we've played Blue Ridge Rock Festival twice, which you spoke about them way before they got big, big.
Yes,
We
sir.
we
Yes, sir.
played where we've had when they started out in the first few years in the vineyard.
Well,
And
no,
we
you
played
guys
2
were
years.
growing that, but you guys were growing that before they became corporate and they became the big.
Yeah, we were helping them. We were a part of that.
Yes.
We did the after party and we did right before Fuel the second year. And what I'm saying, I got to meet all these awesome bands, and it was awesome that that we thought we was going to have a spot to where we would even like Legion of Stars would like to link up with too, because we sponsored them too. That they would be adding all these other
See, that's what
bands
I
that
mean.
we
It's like
do
they got
know.
people get so big they don't that like they
That's what
forget.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Back to answering your Andrew originally, I think so also too, because it's either A, you move too quickly, too fast, and you just don't know what the fuck to do, or you move too
Wow.
quickly, too fast to
We
have
see
a
that with
benefit to
bands.
gain from it.
Yep.
They
Either
blow their load.
either you take a shallow breath and you blow a bubble and it pops quickly, or you take your time, you take a deep breath and you blow a balloon and it floats.
What I'm saying is, in this world right
We're
now,
gonna have to make that a reel. We're gonna have to make that a reel. That's a gonna
right?
write that down in a song lyric or
Right.
some.
So pretty
That
much,
was
if you don't understand
beautiful.
what he just said in layman's terms, we want it to the point where anybody who comes into this with us and see this dream with us know that it's enough out there for everybody to benefit in whatever your game
That
may
part.
be.
Wow. Wow.
That part.
No matter whether you're a food
Wow.
truck, whether you're a singer and artist, no matter whether you're a venue itself, this 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 industry and this family, especially because I've been into
I
this thing for
fucking
well
love
over
that.
20 years. I've been going to music festivals, sitting out there and 90-degree weather, watching all these well-known bands, Sick Puppies, or you know what I'm saying, Lamb of God, or Cradle of Filth, or Tool, and sometimes shit don't even have. I know both sides of the spectrum, dude. And what I'm saying is, I don't want I want our company to be able to do and fix that in every whim. Oh, if our event's outside, fuck it. We already have the backup on call on standby to where we can go move all this shit inside, and there's still enough to keep the capacity of every last one of these motherfuckers in here. What I'm saying is, we want everything to stay so well known of, because we all know it through and out, whether we are the consumer
Yes.
or the entertainer.
Yes.
That we're going to give you the best possible show that you can pay your money into, as well as if you're a food vendor that wants to come in and put your money in there. We're not asking you to go broke and pay 5% to us on whatever you gross out of that, or 20% on whatever you gross out. No. I mean, yeah, obviously you need some kind of kickback if you want to keep the shit going, obviously.
Yes.
But that's going to come with everybody.
Yep.
If everybody does their job properly.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to get kickback whether you know it or not. Yep. That's how it works. If everybody knew how it was, like back in the day, Woodstock and all that shit, that won't big promoters.
Mm-hmm.
That was the bands themselves.
I was gonna say a lot of power. Even when you guys were doing the Blue Ridge stuff, when you guys were doing it, it was still grassroots. It was still family.
Yeah.
When we were involved with Blue Ridge, it was the first year of the upscale in 2021.
Okay.
It was the last year that went well.
Okay, got you.
Starting in 2022, that's when you started getting the horror stories. 2021, yes, there were some hiccups, but when you went from your last event being 24 bands to your next event being 163 bands,
that's again jumping too fast.
Big jump.
You're going to trip on a hurdle or two.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, let's make sure. Remind us to take this Swarmiefest thing.
But that's what that's
time
right. Take it a year at a time. Then eventually incorporating people coming from out of town. Then eventually, maybe if you want to, if it's a dream to you and it's possible after so long, even if it's a well-known signed band, they can come in, not necessarily to gain numbers, but just to say that you played with the motherfuckers. Boom. Right. Whatever the dream or goal is, the whole point about it is we want to be a successful hub that is known not to lie to you, cheat from you, steal from you, or just beat you around the fucking bush.
Man, wow.
Our goal with our involvement with Swarmiefest isn't necessarily to draw in Metallica. It's not to draw in Slayer. But what if one year you got the attention of, say, Bill Manspeaker, and all of a sudden Green Jello was playing Swarmiefest because of what we have built.
Right.
We want you to know that this is a home and community. Like I say on my radio show all the time, this is a home and a community that we want to build for the local and up and coming, to know that you have a format. And even if you don't want to go no further than just being known as the national or up and coming band, to where you can go have your music played when you make your music video, where you have your audio played with any of that. That we actually have all that. Malcolm McCoy with Malachi with the radio show. Yes. Tuesday with her Dark Mistress show.
Yep.
All this stuff. Bruce about to get ready to get all his shit set up and square away before he can start doing his own show.
You guys are getting me so fucking excited. I'm bugging the fuck out.
I mean, we're working on this, but we're taking our time too, also because we don't want to fuck up.
Right.
No, I know, and that like the big like that's why I fucking love you guys, because you guys have survived. You know how many promoters and sponsors, really good people that we've worked with, man. Really successful people we respect, people that are passionate, just like us. But that longevity, staying on topic, and not having bad actors walk into your life and talk you out of your dream. All right, Lex, what's the next question?
How did you guys get started?
They kind of told
we got started because Malcolm and Tuesday were with the other group he was speaking about. And collectively, we decided there were too many problems and not enough solutions in the music industry.
Yo, thank you for saying that courageously, because nobody ever goes on record and just fucking says it. Well, like they always try to do Scrabble words and fucking riddles and crypto quips. No, just say it. People abuse each other. There's sexism. There's racism. People fucking steal from each other. It's terrible. We talk about it all the time, and everybody goes, "Oh my God, Sepsiss, you're like, it's like we're making shit up." No, rock and metal is filled with misogyny, stealing, inflation of numbers, fucking with taxes, playing with the draw, hiding audience metrics.
Yes.
But also it's in the rap community too, because I actually been watching more podcasts lately.
Yes.
Look, bro, I want you to do this, and this is gonna be your homework for me. Go watch some of Jaguar Wright stuff, especially about the P Diddy shit. But not.
I'm familiar with Jag. I know her. I know her
All
work.
right, go watch her stuff because now she's putting allegations out on 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
I don't
So
doubt that. I don't doubt that.
go watch some of her stuff, and 9 times out of 10, she's talking about everything that's going on in the rap industry that is the same thing as inside the
Yeah,
heavy
yeah,
metal and
Yep.
rock
yep.
community. So it's been
And
going on for
I'll do you
years.
one more because we cover it a lot on the show. It's happening in agriculture,
Yes.
banking and accounting, sports, pornography,
Oh,
rock and heavy metal, rap
Yep.
music, the judicial. That's why we do this show.
right.
The
It doesn't
stuff that we
matter.
sing about in our music, our lyrics, all of that's what we talk about. That's the whole purpose of our band.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're a promoter, marketer,
Yeah.
advertiser, grain buyer. Doesn't matter the industry.
Right.
The middleman
Every
is
layer.
the middleman is the
Yep.
middleman.
Yes. At every level and every layer of the industry, there's crime, and
Yeah.
and reporting on it or talking about it. There's an idea that if you talk about it, you're not heavy metal enough.
Right.
No,
You know, if I talk about
no.
misogyny, if I talk about women being abused and disrespected in heavy metal, you know, it's like you're a villain if you bring it up. You know,
No,
if you
I say
talk
it's more
about
heavy metal than talk about it. It's more heavy metal than
right,
talk
and
about it.
my philosophy is, if you haven't done anything wrong, then why do you need to keep secrets?
Right. And see, here's my kick, and this is what I say, dude. If you stay in your lane and do exactly what your job entitles you to do, then you have nothing to fucking hide. You have nothing
Right.
to settle for. You will have traditionally the truth telling receipts, no matter what. So pretty much stay in your fucking lane, know your role, and as The Rock says, shut your fucking mouth. Know your role and shut your fucking mouth.
The idea that heavy metal or playing music or being in a band is you have to keep secrets about crime. I'm not going to do that.
No.
It doesn't make you more. It doesn't make you more hip hop or heavy metal. It doesn't make you more black because you punch down on people. It doesn't make you hood. It doesn't make you gangster, and it doesn't make you more metal because you don't report abuse.
Let's look at what came first before heavy metal. Largely, of course, respect to the fathers, Black Sabbath. But metal as a whole, especially heavy metal, thrash metal, the faster metal, it's rooted in punk rock. It's rooted in anti-establishment.
Brain damage.
It's rooted.
Brain damage.
It's rooted in you're doing it wrong. Smack. Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
They're actually coming out with another new album for new music. Brain Damage, one of the original punk rock bands that helped bring out metal in the world. Fucking go check them out. If you don't, fuck your face, bitch.
So I know it's cool that there's a theme that you're tough and you're cool and you're gangster if you keep secrets for criminals. But it takes a really bad actor to walk into my life at 45 years old after doing 17 years behind bars and try to convince me of that.
Right.
There's something I've noticed about our sponsors
is
is that all of them all want to do something different in the scene, and they're all actively inventing and creating new ways to like what Josh was saying earlier, like do the wheel a different way.
Speed Demon is a fire brand.
Yes.
And Matt Connerton is a fire brand. He'll break away from the pack. He'll bend and break the rules. Legion of Solace is no different. When it comes to speaking out, meaning what they say, saying what they mean, speaking in clear, it's not about calling people out. It's about telling the truth.
Yeah, like telling them exactly this is what I want, this is what I see, and this is how I'm going to do things differently.
Telling the truth is not punishing people. We need to get out of the idea
the truth is not a punishment.
Right.
Well,
I see that with our sponsors is that all of them are all creating something new, and they're all inventing new ways to make, and like they said, like they see problems and they want to fix them.
And it's not about getting rid of
old and new.
Right. It's not getting rid of the old music industry or demonizing or making villains of someone else. I think that that's the biggest misunderstanding a lot of times is that people that are real firebrands and proactive people, they don't need everybody else's help. They don't need everybody else's acceptance to think the things that they're thinking. You don't need people
Everything,
to, right? I don't need the extra,
Permission.
I don't need the permission. I don't need the encouragement, the extra authority figures around me for me to tell the truth.
Mhm.
everything about the music industry is changing and evolving. Why
Yes.
aren't the promoters?
Woo!
Why aren't the advertisers? Why aren't the marketers?
Which goes into my question is what do you guys think is the most unrealistic sense of success?
Yeah. Do you guys have any forms of unrealistic senses of success that you have for yourself? Do you, or you know what I mean?
Well,
Like from mild to wild, where's the biggest that you could see Legion of Solace go?
well, Legion of Solace, I mean, being as big as we can link you, we want it to be good. So
Like
this
like
is
if
our
you had
thing.
to hope, like if you hope for yourself, like let's
Yeah,
get
listen, I'm
ridiculous.
about to tell you, I'm about to tell you my half of the dream because
Okay.
me and Tuesday actually somewhat agree on what the dream we wanted to be is to be a whole entire hub, whether you're domestic or you're international.
Global.
We whether
Global.
we want to be global. We want to be able to help in every way sensible possible to keep yourself as independent as you can. So that way, as much of the proceeds that you gather goes to you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, come on now. If in the world of man and generosity, yes, there's going to be some kickback. Whether we get it through us promoting you and advertising you through the likes and how the new world is going, to where you can get money from for advertising. We'll get our money how we want, but the main goal of for us is not money. It's not even fame.
Yeah, that kind of
Obviously, we
I
want you.
wanted
We
to
want
ask
you.
because Bruce said something a little bit touched a little bit on the fame thing earlier, and I wanted to know like, Bruce, how do you feel? We've talked about this a little bit before, but how now that you've evolved a little bit too, and you've seen so much, how do you feel about you know like rock and metal specifically, and independent bands, and how we all feel about ranks and charts, metrics, labels and numbers. Where do you guys stand with that now? Do you as should bands I know we're supposed to feel like we're not supposed to care about those things, and I know that we say that in a Facebook post, but this stuff seems to be really still important to bands. And it's not necessarily to us. How do you guys feel about the charts and the labels? I don't know anybody on the charts. If you ask me to name anybody on the chart, can you name anybody on
Right.
the charts?
So
I mean, I know DJ Soldier.
personally, how I've always viewed the charts and things like that is no differently than how we viewed Homecoming Queen and Homecoming King back in high school. It was the most popular kids that got the votes.
Right.
It didn't matter what they sounded like. It didn't matter what they looked like. It mattered about who they knew and who they could get to know.
Understood.
My
Understood.
half of that question, to answer
Yes.
that question, is I don't believe in all that stuff. As well as if y'all paid any attention on my radio show, according to Malachi, I wanted all the way to the point where it was like old school rebel radio, where it was to where a motherfucker who was that desperate and was like, fuck it, and just ran up on a fucking radio station and banged on the window. I need you to play this right
Yep.
now. And then next thing you know, it was like, well, we just had a sporadic person just roll up here and just wanted to play a new album on here. I want if you're Godsmack, I don't give a fuck if you're Lamb of God. I don't give a fuck who you are. The biggest names in this world has been big names in this world still deserve to be played right beside the local person of Sepsiss,
Yep.
of any band, Thin the Herd, or any of these other bands that I put
I
on my
think that's
radio
so
show.
cool for you saying that, because I imagine that there's bands out there that don't know that there are people like you that believe that, man.
Yes,
And
Some
here's the
bands
thing.
think they have to have
fuck the
300,000
credentials.
Spotify monthly
Fuck credentials.
listeners, you
Fuck the
know?
bullshit. Everybody deserves to be heard. If you put
Mhm.
your heart and soul into this, you deserve to be heard. Sorry to overtalk you, bro,
Right.
but that's one thing that always pisses me off in this music industry. And that's why I'm so passionate, because I come from both sides.
Mhm.
Everybody deserves to be heard. Even if you sound shitty. Dave Grohl has even said it himself. You start off in a garage
did say
with
that.
shitty fucking music.
Yep.
And then come out with the world and you got fucking Foo Fighters.
Yep.
Come on now,
It,
dude.
it
That's
doesn't
so
matter.
important.
So
That's so
true.
important because we might miss out on the greatest artists of our time because we heard one song of theirs that maybe we didn't understand or like, or we weren't in the best mood.
Or
Everybody deserves a chance.
or
All right, or
maybe
they just didn't have the budget.
Right.
or maybe you heard the waitress at the singer-songwriter after working a 12-hour shift because somebody called out and she couldn't give you the best performance because she already left herself on the dining room floor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I can't tell you.
Everybody,
It's so sad because I've
this is
seen
a
some really
job.
good bands have like, bands have challenging nights. We do all the time,
Mhm.
and like
The-
bands have challenging nights, and people are like, oh, this band is terrible. It's like, man,
People don't
you have
understand.
no
Even Ozzy
clue.
Osbourne people don't understand. Even before Ozzy Osbourne was Ozzy Osbourne, this
Yes.
motherfucker worked a 9 to 5 before he went out and
Yes,
played
and
bands
for
like
There's
Young
everybody,
John.
for
something.
John
everybody
Osborne was
listening
special
at
record.
home too, I don't know if
Almost 40
anybody's
years
ever
ago.
done this before, but I think everyone should try it once. Whether you're in a band or you're a promoter or venue owner, everybody should write down 5 of their favorite bands of all time, and then go on YouTube and type in their favorite bands and type in live this year or the year before, and go find not a professional recording, but go find a fan recording, with a nice cell phone, an iPhone or
Yep.
whatever. Go find some fan recordings and go listen to your favorite bands that you grew up with, your icons, your idols, and the people that you look up to, and go watch them live.
Yep.
Uh, 5 or 10 times, and you'll see them make mistakes, the same mistakes that you do. You'll see guitars could be unplugged and them hit flat notes. It happens.
Yeah.
Well, even better, go to a karaoke night. You want to know what a local musician goes through? Put yourself on the same stage.
That
Right.
scares the shit out of me.
Oh, I
Dude, no,
do
I
have to
mean,
ask them, talking about stages and stuff, and you guys like work with a bunch of bands. How
Mhm.
do you guys feel about how often a band plays at a venue within like a mile radius, like 30 miles or something?
Oh yeah, they doing it like a lot of folks in New England now. It's a big debate.
They
I
play in a
gotta get you. I
fishbowl.
gotta get you guys to weigh in on this
Yep.
because it's a big debate between a lot of the New England promoters. They're
Mhm.
having, 30-mile clauses, or they're introducing the idea of having, proximity 30 miles or so radiuses in the New England area to kind of limit how much bands are playing. How do you guys feel about that? Do
I
you
can tell
like
you this,
that or do you
man.
not? You could.
Well, look, no, it's a
I've
great
got
thing because
thick
it keeps them
skin.
out on the scene. It's a great thing it's a great thing, but then it's a fuckery thing
Mm.
to
All
me
right, give me,
because
give
of
me,
the
give
fact
me,
of it
give,
is.
give me the
I'm about to
long and
break it down.
short
I'm
of
about
it.
to break it down to you because I'm about to give you musician Malcolm. This is Malcolm that's been played, and well, before I even played in the band Hateful Bones, I
Because
followed them.
You're Malcolm, the sponsor, the promoter, and
You're in a band, so like,
I used to be in this band, so that's what I'm saying. Like I followed this band since I was a kid. That's why I always go back to resort to Hateful Bones because I've seen Hateful Bones go out there and play with well-known bands on just getting the whim of just doing their own promotion and everything else like this. So I've been following all my work and networking has come from learning from this guy, and I've known him all my life. He's grew up with my cousins, my families, everybody. I used to listen to their music in diapers. I would literally walk back to his house in my diaper because I heard the music playing, and
I
they were
can't
playing.
wait. I can't wait to tag him.
Right. So this dude, like I said, he's been talking about my networking, which has made me more fall in love with the local scene than the sign scene. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I do love it because it gives an outlet for the band to be able to play regardless, whether it's playing to the same crowd or even possibly because like I said, the place that's up the street from me is called Super Ed. But Super Ed is also doing awesome things. It's a place that I want y'all to play at too. It's really a place that you can go up there and play some retro arcade games all day long. And it actually comes with the package of you going to buy the ticket to watch the band. You can play video games with no money to play with it. Just walk up to the game, hit start play.
Yep.
And then there's
I
music
like
downstairs.
it.
And then these bands get paid. And just like if they had a Bubba Sparks show not too long ago, they brought
Right.
in a local rapper from it to open up for Bubba Sparks, and they make sure everybody who comes there and plays gets paid. This is a place that is always about what we are preaching about, and that's why we want to keep venues like this alive.
If you're
Because if
asking,
we don't have these, we won't have music at all anymore.
if you're asking somebody to share their talent, you should be prepared to pay them for their talent.
talents.
There
Yes.
is more
Period.
venues operating in New England and especially New Hampshire. There are more bands than ever, and there are more promoters than we had predicted. Do you think that there is a certain amount or sweet spot where bands should or shouldn't be playing a certain venue?
Well, we're both different because
How much
he'll
is
tell
too
you the
much?
northern
How much
version.
is you guys are so slippery.
He'll tell you
How
the
much how much should a band in New Hampshire? Every state's built differently, right? New Hampshire's small.
Like I
30
said, I'm from Virginia,
do
so
you think
mine is
do you think
different.
bands should be playing within 30 miles within the same month? Yes or no?
It depends on the size audience they want. If they want to be regional, then they play in the region. If they want to be statewide, then you play statewide. If you want to be
Oh,
town
okay.
famous, then you only play the bars in your town. You play to
Oh.
the market that you want to have.
Okay, if you were a band and you only wanted to stay being a local band in New Hampshire, how how long should a band wait before playing their next gig in New Hampshire? For
With,
real?
with the size with the size of New Hampshire and as
Yes.
far north as it goes, you
Yes.
could conceivably play 6 venues twice a year and have a full calendar.
I
You'd
know
have a
you
show.
could do
You'd
that.
have one show every month. You'd have 2 shows in every market every year, and you'd only be appearing every 4 to 6 months.
Do you think that that would affect a band's draw though? Like, so
No,
if a band was from New Hampshire and they wanted to play in New Hampshire, how often do you think a band should be playing New Hampshire?
If they want to be statewide every weekend, but in a different region, you could be in the Northwest.
So what if they were in 30 miles? So let's say two venues were in 30 miles from each other. How long should a band wait before playing that other venue?
I would say
Tough, isn't it?
once a month to once every 3 months, depending on the draw that you get for the room.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate that. Yes,
Malcolm?
Malcolm.
I gotta say, I've been
This
waiting,
shit
I've been
is
waiting.
fucking
This is the northern
Malcolm?
version.
This is
This is
fucking
the
awesome.
Please weigh in.
I
like
love
said,
this
I'm
shit.
from Virginia. I'm from Virginia.
Yes.
So
This
let
could
me
go
tell
for
you,
Virginia
No, I
too.
know. No.
This could go for
You can
Virginia
answer
too.
it's different. No,
Not
the reason
just
why I
New
say I'm from
Hampshire. It's
Virginia,
just
it's
this is what's
different.
happening in New Hampshire.
We don't have to worry. No, that's the great thing about in Virginia. In
Yes.
Virginia, we don't worry about promoters. If we want to go do a show, all we have to do is go rent a Ruinton Club, find a place that is actually allowing the music to be played. We don't need a promoter. That's why I'm trying to get y'all down there because I can just say, hey, Legion of Solace and find a backyard and fill that motherfucker up if I want to
Can I
with a bunch of
rephrase?
people.
There's
Can I
not.
rephrase the
I'm
The
question?
from
question,
an
yeah.
area where I don't
So
have to.
basically,
I
what
don't
we're
have as much.
asking is how
There's
often
not
do
as much
you guys think
bureaucracy
a
outside of
band
New
should be
England.
playing at a venue? So let's say you're playing at Bob's Burgers, okay?
Right.
Right.
How often should a band play at Bob's
Right.
Burgers?
Right.
As
You're
much
playing.
as they want. As much as they want, because you don't know who's going to come into Bob Burgers that day. You don't know how many people are
So
going to come
okay.
in.
Do you?
If the more you build a home and stick with that community and
Yes.
keep that community strong, you gotta understand. I come from a band like Hateful Bones. Hateful Bones. When I say a Hateful Bones show was going on and it was made known, and it was even before you could go on Facebook and be like, hey,
So funny.
Hateful Bones is going on. We were packing fields. We were packing rinky-dink bars. We were packing. I mean, when I say packing, it's
So are you
packed.
saying? Are you
Soldiers.
saying? Are you saying if a single band
Right.
can put 30 to 50 people in that same club whenever they feel like it, it shouldn't matter?
Should not matter.
Okay.
Should not matter.
Okay,
Because
and let me and the other side and stop me if please stop me if I'm wrong. And the other side of that, if I'm correct, you're saying that bands that can't draw attendance maybe should spread it out.
no, what I'm
Okay,
saying,
all right.
what I'm saying is no matter who you are, whether you can pull in a band or not,
Yes.
if you can talk with or befriend said band who is bringing in big numbers
Yes.
and not necessarily doing it on a scheme wise, or just say, hey man, look, I want to be able to spread my word, and I can't. I need some help doing it. Can I clash in with you on the show and we put something together and we'll do a date one day and see if we can make more fans.
Do you
Bring
guys
my
think that
fans to
makes
see
it
you.
difficult? Do you guys think it
Bring
makes it difficult for new bands coming
whatever
into the
fans I
fray?
have, I want to bring to you, and whatever fans you have, bring to me, so we can
Yes.
make a gathering. So the more of the family that we make, that when we go on the road, we got guaranteed followers that's going to follow us all the way over there to Minnesota and help fill the show to make us look better.
Right, but what they're saying is, if you were, it was just you on the bill, a solo show,
Right?
and you had and you had the art space in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
How many times a year would you play it?
Oh, a lot. I don't care, dude. If I want to get my music out there, I'm gonna do
That's
it
what
a
he
lot.
said, and I'm not baiting. This isn't like an I gotcha moment. There's not a good answer. There's not a bad answer.
No,
It just so happens.
I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I come from being in a band that
Yeah.
we played literally every weekend.
Yeah.
And we filled up somebody's
Dude,
yard to
Yep.
a bar
Yep.
to anything.
Yes, I understand that.
And when like I said, when the word hateful bones went out across town, that's what we're doing for the weekend.
Right.
Period. We're going
That
to
is a
jam with the
powerful
Hateful Bones.
band. And there are, I'm sure, I'm not one of them, but I'm sure that there are. We make a
But that band is a 20-year known band. That band started out in the early
credibility
90s in my hometown.
Right. No, there are some bands that could literally show up to most pool halls and bring 30 people every time. I make a joke all the time. It's not a joke to be mean. It's a joke to be equal, to be mutual, to be humble, to laugh at ourselves. Because when we can laugh at ourselves a little bit, sometimes we don't have to take things so seriously and competitive.
Exactly.
So
Why
sometimes
so
I
serious?
make the and I do this because New Hampshire is easy to observe. Okay. If I was in Manhattan, it might be different. All right. But I can measure the bands in New Hampshire because it's so small here. So
Yes.
I point out a lot, us included, that there are no bands in New Hampshire that bring 25 to 30 people every Saturday.
I'm gonna get y'all booked down at Blue Ridge. I mean, not Blue
So,
Ridge. I'm gonna get y'all
and I'm
booked.
not
I'm gonna get
making,
y'all
hold on, I'm
Blue
not
Ridge,
making
sorry.
fun of myself, and I'm not making fun of other New Hampshire bands. What I'm doing is I'm revealing the pathway to a successful business model where you're not overbooking yourself, dude.
Right, which is fine, which is great, and I
I
love that.
can't get 100 people in the door every month.
But that's what I'm saying. Dude, you understand? I understand. When
You
I
know?
see it at the Super Rat Arcade Bar, even with these bands, it's
Can I
coming
be
every
honest with
weekend.
you? And this is just us. I won't book Sepsiss more than 3 times a year in New Hampshire. I'll never do it.
Well, one of these times I want to book. Like I said, I
That's
want to
how
book you here at Super Rat, and
unpopular
these
we
people
are.
will come
That's
out.
how uncool we are. That's how
No,
unrock and roll.
man, no.
Not being funny.
I don't want to hear that time out.
No, I know. I'm just
Bullshit.
showing you though that people pretend that they're more important, and I'm trying to show you that I'm not one of those people. I don't pretend
Right.
that
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
more
know you're a whole
interesting.
person.
I think people believe that I think that, but I'm revealing to you. I'm trying to be honest and vulnerable and saying to you that I love my band, dude. I love being in this band, but I also know that we don't make music for everybody. And I also know that people are living check to check. I also know that people have 300,000 fucking followers that they paid for on Spotify that don't reflect their ticket sales. And because of
Right.
that, I'm in a band where I don't like playing an empty dance floor. If you're one of the
Exactly.
bands that love playing, now look, I'm not going to say every show's a fucking rager, but I don't like maybe Saturday's not a rager, dude, but it's not going to
Right.
be an empty dance floor.
Well, that's what
Right.
I'm saying, bro. Down in Virginia, dude, I can
No.
go to a fest.
Some
I go
bands they
down
don't
to
care.
Super
They
Rat.
don't. They'll play a million times at the same bar, and they'll play for an empty dance floor, and it
No,
fucking
see, that's what I'm saying.
stinks.
That's the good thing about this
No,
place.
12.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you about this place about Super Rat. Super
Yes.
Rat will come out and support anybody. It's a wholesome of a family.
They have their own
Dude.
fan base. They got video games. God damn it!
Right,
But like most venues don't
no,
even
that's
have
not
their
even
own
that.
fan
There's
base.
true
And they're
fans.
just relying
There's
on
true
the
fans.
bands to bring in people, but the bands have issues sometimes bringing in
Right, I
people.
get
Can
that,
you
but
bring
that's
it
what I'm
back?
saying. Like,
No,
there's
the young
always
lady
gonna
said
be
something
hiccups.
really important though in the beginning. That some venues have what?
Some venues don't have their own fan base.
Right, and some venues. The bartender expects the bands to bring in everybody, but they don't bring in any fucking alcoholics.
But that's what I'm saying. This place
So
is
why are the
separate, baby.
bands supposed to? Why are bands supposed to bring in fans of music, but bartenders don't bring in fans of alcohol? Why do
I
bands have
mean,
to bring in?
well,
Hold on. Why do
down here where
bands have to bring in alcoholics though?
where I'm at, you can get both because even
Okay.
if you're just somebody who just
No,
like literally,
I'm just making a bratty musician point.
no, you're good, bro. Well, what I'm
But
saying
not
down in
only that, but
Virginia,
also like
Actually got me pumped up.
up here, like north, I think we're what, northeast or whatever the
Yeah.
hell. We don't really have a lot of venues, and the venues that we do have don't really have a lot of fan base, so they have to rely on us. But like down south, those places are like, fuck that shit. We're
Well,
gonna have our own fan base.
that's because a lot of it
That's what I'm
is
getting
New England.
from what Malcolm's saying about this place is that this place is established. They have their own fan
Yeah.
base. They have arcades. They figured
Well,
out a
and
whole way to get the bands in there. They're not
what
like
makes it
relying
easier?
Yeah.
how we are here in New Hampshire with promoters needing the bands to bring in
Bruce
people.
said that.
Promoters don't
Bruce said
bring in
that.
nobody.
Whoa, you and Bruce said that.
Promoters don't bring
Yo,
in nobody.
yo,
They
oh,
all rely on
oh shit.
They all
right?
rely
Well,
on the bands, the
well, right.
bartender,
But
the
that's what
venue,
no,
the business
yeah,
owner, the
no, that's what I'm
promoter.
saying. That's
It's
what we
all
wanted
about
to
the
do.
bands. The bands have to promote the promoter. The bands have to promote the venue. The bands
Right,
have to
but
get
that's
the
it. We don't want
alcoholics.
to be that
The bands
promotion
have to get
company.
the
We don't
ticket
want to be
goers.
that
The
promotion.
bands have
No,
to get the money
we
in
don't
for
want to
you.
be that
And
promotion.
y'all
We
don't
want
do shit,
no,
but they're going to do a 30-mile radius. I don't know what
that's what I'm
else to
saying. No.
do.
We want to
Let's
be
all go
promotion.
down to
We want to be a
Virginia where
promotion.
Malcolm's at because they all figured it the fuck out. Wow.
Right.
Here in the north.
I mean, and they became, but I'm saying they became a community and a family.
Mhm.
These bands that play around here locally, or anyone that is coming out, if there's a show that's going to happen this weekend, trust me, that floor is not going to be empty. It doesn't matter whether they
Wow.
come from in town or out of
Well,
town or
Malcolm,
whatever.
I'm sorry to tell you,
Teach us
but
up
here,
here.
please teach us because Bruce and Lexi are right. The fucking bands, we have to promote the venue, we have to promote the bartender, and bands have to promote the national fucking
I have to
acts.
say this.
No, 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 no. The local bands have to promote the parking. The local bands have to promote the gig, the promoters. The local bands have to promote the sponsors. The local bands have to promote the bartenders. The local bands have to promote each other. The
Down here,
local bands
bro.
have to
Down here,
promote the
bro.
national act.
To
And
catering.
and the local bands have to promote the promoters
No.
more than the promoters.
Well, see that this.
And depending on the venue, they have to sell 50 tickets.
Well, no, see that's the great thing. But here's the kicker right here.
We gotta go down
Let
to
me break it down to
Virginia.
you.
Where
Let me break it
Malcolm's
down to you.
at.
Let me break it down to you. Let me break it down to you. At Super Red Arcade, they even put it on their Facebook that anybody that comes and play, whether it's with a band like Bubba Sparks, Hunt the Dinosaur, or any other band that is a national band or some kind of signed professional, you do not have to pay to play. You do not have to. You get paid for playing the event. Everybody does.
That's why
It's equal opportunity.
That's why we're
But
trying.
also, that's
Why
why
Oh
we're
my
trying to
God.
get
like
our own.
Virginia?
I feel like you just released the fucking
That's why
Epstein
we're trying to
files.
fix New England.
Right,
Shit.
well, that's what I'm saying. And also up down there, you don't have a bunch of shitty fucking promoters. It's either you do it on your own, or you just hope and pray and go out with the rest of the scene
So
and find places
Are
to
you
play.
telling me that you guys all rely on credibility, humanity, and decency?
Yes,
We need to go down to Virginia. Fucking A, man.
that's why I'm trying to get y'all to come down there and play, dude.
So
No strong arm tactics, no radius clauses,
no
laws, no
New
amendments.
Did the
England,
promoters actually promote
New
the
England-
bands?
New England didn't start
Yeah.
doing any of that until after Station.
Yes, no.
Like, I don't need a license to put on a show with you guys and a few other bands. The only time I would probably need a license is if I brought in, like, let's say Richmond is the closest to me, Richmond, Virginia. Guess who's out of Richmond, Virginia? Lamb of God. If I paid Lamb of God to come down here, because only because obviously the name Lamb of God would fill the place up to overcapacity where I would need police there and every other bullshit that comes along with it.
Yeah.
So if I want, and that's the only time I need a proper promoter or a proper licensing. Other than that, I got
This shit is
what I
crazy.
need. I can go rent a Ruinton Club with a stage, and me, you, and Huckleberry Finn can sing "Sweet Home Alabama" and "Country Corn" all night long.
We need to go down to Virginia because they clearly have their shit together.
Wow. Look, and I'm not. I'm not punching
Uh,
down on nobody. I honestly
All
think
right, give
it's
him one
band to
last question.
band.
Give him one last question.
yeah, we got to do one last question because I'm actually late for my next
Oh
engagement.
shit.
We
Okay.
have 10 minutes left of the Zoom.
Okay. Well shit, man. We love you guys. We'll see you on Friday.
Well, no, let's do one more question because we
You
gotta
want to
give
do one more?
you. We've only answered 2 questions.
I
We got to at
know.
least give you 3, bro. We literally these are two
This is
long ass
crazy.
answers. We got to at least give you 3.
Oh my God. Okay.
Let's like switch the topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're really pumped up and passionate.
I know.
I love it. So just switch it. What are your guys' thoughts on AI music?
Ooh,
Yes. Look
I
at
have a
Bruce.
2-parted
Love
answer for
it.
that, and it's
Yo,
quick and
it's just
easy.
you're glowing. You are
What my
glowing.
all right?
I can see the wheels.
Hold on. I don't like it because it takes a lot of creativity, especially when it comes to making new music and all that stuff. Because people can sit there and easily make an AI song and then incorporate it into their music, blah 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 blah, and say it's fully them when it didn't come fully from your heart. Secondly, I'm okay with it
Isn't that the
because
same though
there
with
are
like
people who
samples and
cannot
shit?
fully have the function to actually properly build a song and make it. It could help them in their parts of fucked upness.
But like
Because again, I hate it.
In American music, the biggest, most popular, profitable song, you know I don't care much about profits, but
Mm.
certainly the most popular song in the world is the remix. So like
Right.
we have entire fucking genres. You mentioned karaoke, tribute bands, cover bands. I mean, isn't the greatest song, isn't the most covered song the remix? Isn't the most remixed song the cover? And isn't the cover just the sample? Don't we have entire genres made out of
but
samples?
here's the thing.
Hip hop
Here's
was
the
made
thing
out of
about cover
samples.
bands. Here's the thing about cover bands.
Yes.
They're still playing their instruments.
What about hip hop music? I mean, that's largely samples and computers and other people's
It's
music.
still largely samples and computers, but it's still original lyrics.
Oh,
Just because you're sampling Earth, Wind, and Fire doesn't mean you didn't write your own
so
lyrical composition.
if there is some copied music or some like because all AI or even a
But now,
sample,
but
all
now,
AI is
there's a difference.
or a
There's a difference
sample.
between AI and sampling, in my
It's a
opinion.
snapshot. It's a snapshot of somebody else's work.
But it's still made by an instrument. Yes, you're still snapshotting someone
Yeah, but
else's work, but it's still
you
work.
can sample a digital piece of audio too.
But as far as original AI compositions,
Yes.
I've been trying to learn for 20 years. I still can't play guitar, but I can use a keyboard.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not a fan of cover songs because there's a well-known band that's been
Right,
a
and
well-known
believe
band
me,
in my
there's
hometown.
no, this isn't a setup. There's no wrong and right
No,
answer.
no,
It's
no, no.
whatever you want.
But I'm gonna tell you my true opinion.
Yeah.
I don't care for cover bands. Yes,
Yes.
I have been in whether what band I've been in, I've done cover songs,
Yes.
but I've never been a band who was filled with covers and go out and does shows and makes money from it. I feel like you're robbing, you're stealing then.
And
Me
that's why we
myself,
ask you. We
if
knew
I'm
people
there
have.
and I'm feeling the vibe,
Yes.
and they're like, yo, let's play Crawl by Tool, dude. Or let's play fucking Limp Bizkit, break stuff because I'm in the vibe or something and we know that song and it's in our arsenal, cool. But don't go out here and make a full out list of cover songs because you know you can go get a gig all because you know a bunch of covers. No,
It's
go out there
really
with your
different when
original
you
fucking
talk to
music.
people that play music. You talk to people that have learned instruments. They feel a lot differently. It's like when you talk about painters and people that can sculpt or people that can sketch. They feel really different about CGI, or
Yes.
or they feel differently when people use paint or they use the computer to create. You know?
Prime example. Prime
Yes.
example. T Pain audio tune. To
Yeah.
T Pain going on Mass Singer and
Yes.
then showing his true voice and being like, "Oh, this motherfucker can really sing."
Yes.
Nobody, no, everybody was loving the AI and didn't love his real voice, which was still beautiful too.
Right on. Well,
When it all when it all
guitar
boils down to it,
distortion is just oversampled guitar.
but when it all boils down to it,
Yes.
at the root cause, is AI really just the next Milli Vanilli?
That we were talking about that. We were talking about that last night. It's like 50 years ago, people wanted to beat the shit out of you if you were lip syncing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But now,
I remember when
that's
auto-tune
how.
got you
But
laughed out
hold
of the
on,
industry.
and I'm not being fresh, but our favorite bands that are on Octane, people that we know, people that are on Facebook that we see all the time, people that are in our favorite bands that are on the tier, if not greater than Sepsiss, they promote a lot of their music through lip syncing on Facebook. putting up their recorded audio and then lip syncing to it, lip syncing over the screams and lip syncing over the. That's the number one way that the most professional artists promote themselves on social media. You guys know that.
Right. Well, I mean, some of them, but
But that's
honestly,
just
I've
lip
been watching.
syncing. It's
Actually, you
just
know
lip
what? You
syncing.
know what I love? You know what I love?
Yes.
I love them doing that, but in the version of the one take shots, because that's them really literally doing the recording of them
As long as
singing.
they don't put a lot of
Yeah,
processing on there and stuff like that,
yeah,
I
that's
appreciate it.
them like the one continuous shot that they do.
Yes, I agree.
That's what I love. Yeah,
Me
other than
too.
that, no.
And guys, there's no wrong answer in this. You realize that.
Oh
There's
yeah.
no wrong way to promote your band. There's
Mhm.
there's no right or wrong way to listen to music. As long
Of course.
it only gets ugly when we're trying to force each other to think and feel the way that we do. When we stop accepting other people being able to view and appreciate the world
Yeah.
on their own. I love you
Yeah.
guys, but we got to go because I don't want it to
Right.
hang out. I don't want it to hang up on us. All right, guys, thank
Yes,
you so
sir.
much for coming. Shout out to Tuesday, Evan and Legion of Solace, Bruce, Malcolm. Guys, much
Always.
respect. I'll see you guys at the party. All right,
See you at the
Absolutely.
party.
peace.
Later.
Oh, you hit
Oh
stop
shit.
recording.
Oh shit.
I
And you
love
hit
it.
the end.
I love the outtakes. Y'all need to start doing outtakes. I love it.
Apparently, I need to hit the
Oh,
end button. Lexi, what
you
am I
did.
doing?
That is so cute. That is all.
I'm about to screw